Ali's stance, his expression, his strength. I hope that it serves to inspire you to persevere, to speak up, to face challenges head on, and to believe that no matter where you start, greatness is always within reach. We hope future generations of Lewiston residents and visitors look to this statue and remember that true greatness is not just something to witness. It's something to strive for, it's something to live by, and it's something ultimately to pass on to future generations. Thank you for being here today. I'm now going to introduce the mayor of the great city of Lewiston, Sheline.
Thank you all for being here. I'll introduce our speakers. You just heard from Brian Kinrad, our city administrator. Thank you so much. We also have the governor of the great state of Maine, Governor Janet Mills. Thank you so much for being here. We have Elias Bashir, recent Bates graduate. We have the president of Bates, Gary Jenkins. Thank you so much for being here. We have Zenos Frudakis, sculptor. And of course, the artist of this beautiful sign, Charlie Hewitt. Thank you so much for being here. We also have Tom Platts. Thank you so much for being here, Tom. Good afternoon. It's an honor to stand before you today at this historic moment as we unveil the country's first statue of Muhammad Ali right here in Lewiston, Maine. In 1965, when political pressure and controversy forced the Ali-Liston rematch out of Boston, Lewiston said yes. We rallied, and with less than 20 days' notice, we transformed our city into the center of the sports universe. The world tuned in, and the Phantom Punch was born. But it wasn't just about the fight, it was about resilience, about stepping up, about coming through when it counts the most. That's always been our story. Muhammad Ali was bold, he was brilliant, and he never stopped fighting for his title, for his beliefs, and for his place in history. Lewiston understands that spirit. Our people have faced mill closures, economic challenges, and national spotlights. But like Ali, we respond not by retreating, but with resolve. And Ali trained tirelessly. He prepared when no one was watching. He believed in his power before the world did. That's Lewiston, that's who we are. So as we unveil this statue, we don't just honor a legend, we recognize a shared legacy, one of grit, heart, and unshakable belief that where you come from doesn't define your destiny, what you fight for does. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. And now I want to introduce someone who has long been a champion for our communities and whose connection to this city runs deep. Please join me in welcoming the governor of the great state of Maine, Janet Mills.
Carl, I'm not going to tell you where I was in 1965, or you'll think, gosh, she's a lot older than I thought. I will just say, I was actually dating Uncle's nephew. We had tickets to the fight. And we broke up 2 weeks before the goddamn fight. I had tickets in my car. And I don't want to get them wet. But, I was a kid, right? Missing the fight of the century. Oh well. But I think the words from that fight still ring loud and remind us that the state of Maine and the city of Lewiston is loud, proud, strong, resilient. Yes, we do come back. And when Ali hovered over Sonny Liston, was ready to sock him again if he got up, saying, "Get up and fight," whatever else he said. Get up and fight, you bum. Get up and fight. I think we say that every day in Maine. And I think he was telling the city of Lewiston, get up and fight. And the state of Maine got up and fought. And we're still getting up and fighting every day. get knocked out. We'll never get knocked down. This is a city that is strong, loud, and proud, and a state that is strong, loud, and proud. And I'm happy to be with you today for this unveiling of this incredible individual who stood for guts, glory, courage, and a little bit of sense of humor and some rhyming to go with it. But thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Zenos Frudakis, and I'm a first-generation Somali American from the Lewiston and I also happen to be the lightweight New England Golden Gloves champion. Growing up here, the name Muhammad Ali carried weight in our family, not just because he was a boxing legend, but because he was a Muslim, black, and unapologetically himself. He looked like us, believed like us, and showed us what greatness could look like at a global stage. My connection to Ali started in the 3rd grade, when I chose him for a school project. I had just seen his first fight against George. Even though he lost, the way he stood back up in the 15th round stuck with me. The moment wasn't just about victory, but about resilience. In the project, I talked about technical difficulty, sorry about that. In that project, I talked about how he was born as Cassius Clay, how he embraced Islam, how he became world champion at 22, and how he stood firm in his beliefs, even when it cost him everything. Ali was also a family man, much like I am, and I take that trait from my mother, who came to this country as a refugee and is the hardest working person I know. She's over there. As an amateur boxer under Bobby Russo, I try to have that same discipline and conviction in every fight I have. Training is tough, the weight cuts and the mental grind. It takes everything. But Ali showed that the fight is bigger than the ring. That's why this moment matters. That's why this statue matters, especially to kids in our community who can look up at Ali and see that greatness starts right where we stand. Thank you to the generous donors, Town Place, Charlie Zenos, and the City of Lewiston for making today possible. And now I'd like to introduce the president of Base College, Gary Jenkins.
Hello everyone, it's great to see you all. Governor Mills and Mayor Sheline and all of you who are here with us. It's a wonderful, great day for Lewiston and for Maine. I bring with me the warm congratulations and enthusiastic pride of the entire Bates community. Now, I've heard some great stories in recent days about Bates students' involvement in the 1965 fight between Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston. Some were working at the venue, others worked for out-of-town media, and some, shall I say, used some creative ways of gaining entry to the fight. A lesson learned: never underestimate the innovation of a motivated college student. The Ali-Liston fight is a historic moment in sports, in American culture. It put Lewiston on the map. Even though it happened before I was born, I'm familiar with that moment, as I know so many of us are. And it's that iconic Neil Leifer photo of Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston. And now we have another iconic image that will forever sear Ali and that legendary sports moment in our mind's eyes. One that will greet visitors to our wonderful city, that fans and history buffs will seek to see, and that will link Lewiston to one of the greatest athletes of all time and remind us of the power of determination and resilience. This is a wonderful thing, and I congratulate all of those behind it: Charlie Hewitt, Zenos Frudakis for their vision, Zenos for his artistry, and we thank them for this gift. I also want to be sure to thank Tom Platz, who, let's give him a round of applause. Tom loves this community so deeply. He sees the beauty and vitality here. Tom, all of us who make Lewiston home are indebted to you for your efforts to bring us together, to make us strong, to help us thrive, to give us works of art and beauty, to enrich our lives everywhere we look. This is an incredible and generous act of civic pride, and we are tremendously grateful. Bates College made Lewiston its home at its very founding in 1855. And for 170 years, we've been proud to be part of this special community. Our story is woven inextricably with the story of this place. We hope that when people think of Lewiston, they think of Bates, and we are delighted that the work of art that we celebrate today will be just one more reason people think of and come to our amazing city. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to us, our community, and it's my pleasure to introduce the artists behind this wonderful piece, Zenos Frudakis.
Thank you. Pick this up a little bit. Lucky for you, I'm not going to make a long speech. My long speech is right there under the shade. It's a great privilege and honor for me to be part of this project, and I want to thank Charlie Hewitt for bringing me into the project, and Tom Platz for being so supportive, and the whole town of Lewiston to have this vision. I'll only say that as a boxer, when you look at this, you learn that it's not falling, being knocked to the canvas that's important, it's getting back up. So, thank you very much.
Again, 60 years later, we have this magnificent sculpture telling the narrative of this magnificent, tough town and the people around it. Now, my job is to thank people. I'm going to thank people. There's a story behind all of us now, you understand? Governor, thank you so much. You set the tone for this, coming out fighting, right? Didn't you give it to us? We don't back down. We don't give up. We give up and go again. Yes. Congressman Golden's here. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Mayor Sheline and the city of Lewiston. How about that? The city of Lewiston. They built this park here. They seeded this grass. They made this all possible. This is such an honor. I want to thank people of the Public Works. They're cool, man. They put this stuff up for us. They really can do it. Public Works, yes, thank you. That's working people. We know those guys. The Lewiston Police Force. Thank you. Then we have Dan Cody Craig. Dan Cody said he'd be willing to pick the sculpture up and put it on a base. He's been working 3 days now. I ain't kidding. He's the best. Dan Cody, thank you so much for making this happen. And Dan Cody, thank you so much for constantly volunteering to help no matter what for every nonprofit. These things happen. He's part of the community, and thank you. I want to thank Hebert Construction. Yes, please, Hebert. I want to thank Neil Crafts. That great company, those great people who make the signs all over the country. Look over here, Neil Craft Signs. My heart's in this, and I want to tell you something interesting. 6 years ago today, the first Hopeful sign went up on the Speedwell building in Portland. 6 years ago today, we're putting this alley sculpture. That's a connection. It is real. Thank you. Tom Platz, what do we say? He's behind everything that moves here, creatively. But he's never seen it. So this is the day to thank Tom Platz. Everybody here has been doing, let's give him. 10 years ago, I said to Tom Platz, why don't we build a big sculpture of Muhammad Ali? Tom Platz says, yes. And 10 years in the making, we find Zenos, who wrote, comes to my studio. It's a yes. It's all been a yes. It took 10 years to be here, and it's appropriate it took 10 years because Lewiston needs this now. We all need this in this time of chaos and confusion, this time of uncertainty. We can bring you as artists something really unique. And we can bring you something to talk about that's not non-denominational, doesn't have anything to do with your politics. I don't care about your bumper sticker. I want you to look at this and feel it collectively. This is the beginning of putting together the fabric of our communities. It comes from commitment, it comes from mythology, it comes from creating narratives. If this piece wasn't here in a generation, it would be forgotten. We'd never remember this happened. Because of this piece, people will go, what is that? What does it mean? Look it up. Oh my God, a kid said to me the other day, I had no idea he did this. I was at Kelty, when the piece was coming in, one man said, my grandfather went to that. Another man said, my father went to that. Another man said, I went to that. You realize what I'm talking about, the narrative across? One generation away, it's all gone. We need to have this spirit in this community. This piece, when you see this, this says, do not mess with me. This is a real piece. Now, then, I gotta tell you, Zenos handled this in such a way. What we had, the fight, I gotta talk just a little bit about the pose. Neil Lifer's photograph, this get up and fight you bum, that's not appropriate anymore. Okay, there's another narrative. We didn't do Neil Lifer's pose. He created Lewiston's pose. This is the only alley sculpture in the world, in the United States. And the thing is, it is unique, like Lewiston is unique. Somebody said to me, why didn't somebody else do it before? I said, because they weren't Lewiston. We're talking about the world now. This is the state. This is a big deal for us. I was a boy raised down the river, just down the river a bit, when I hit Sanders Garden and I, as a grown man, an old man now, can't believe I had the honor of being here. I'm telling you, it means so much to me. You are my people. And I'm part of this community. It makes me feel great. Ali was unique. He didn't win every round. But Ali got up and fought every round. And that's how he became arguably the best athlete of the 20th century. The people of Lewiston get up every morning and fight every round for their families and their communities, and they will not be knocked down. That is what we celebrate. We celebrate that passion for our families and our communities. And thank you so much for being here today. I don't want to talk anymore. Let's pull the string.
Anybody got a knife?
This is stuck.
Now you all feel free to stand up and grab your own photo. And please, everyone can join us at Baxter Brew to taste and try the new Phantom Punch. Just down at Baxter Brew. Great. Thank you.
It is May 31st, 2025, Lewiston, Maine. This is Lewiston, Maine History's first YouTube video. We are live today at the Muhammad Ali Memorial Unveiling in Lewiston, Maine, memorializing that historic match, that moment in time that put Lewiston on the map. Today, right here in Lewiston.